same season, and unfortunately we have to spend the post game asking you questions about it.
Yeah, that's the bad part. Instead of feeling like we just won a game that we really needed, we talk about a singular focus and mindset. It feels like we lost, and so it's going to take time for us to realize that we just won this game, even though it's very obvious with the scoreboard. But that's the tough part.
Baker, you guys, fought and won these last two games. Now you're in a position to keep this thing rolling. How much is it going to hurt to not have your best defensive player on the football field?
It's going to hurt us. Obviously we don't know what exactly is going to happen, but whatever does happen, next man up mentality, and that's how we have to handle it. That's how this locker room has to handle it. We can't focus on the negative. That it never gets you anywhere if you focus on the negative. So we have to address it, move forward, and see what's going to happen.
Big, what's going through your head when you're watching it happen?
A little bit of disbelief.
Have you talked to Myles at all?
I have not. I think he's got enough people in his ear and hearing a lot of things. Not great.
Have you ever seen anything like that before, what he did with the helmet?
I think there was a game with Miami and Florida International. I can't remember when. That's the only time I've ever seen that.
Baker, is this any reflection on any kind of lack of discipline with this team, or is this more just about one player who lost it in the moment?
I think it's, obviously a lack of discipline in the moment. Your emotions, got the best of him right there. I wouldn't say that it's, to point out flaws in Myles. It's not that. Freddie talked about it. He's made corrections about penalties and stuff. He showed that he can do it. It's just an emotional game, and things got, the best of him there.
But is it team-wide? Is there any aura around this team that would somehow allow this to happen, or you don't believe that there's something inherent here that would create a situation like this?
I think there's a lot of things that you could probably point out and say, yeah, that's why this franchise hasn't had success in a long time. Discipline and accountability, but that's completely different than a lot of other things. That's hopefully, and it will be a one-time thing. But you can't point out little mistakes to that. I don't think they're related at all.
So when you guys get back together as a team, what's the first thing you have to do for this team to move on to what's next, regardless of what happens with Myles?
Watch the tape, realize what we did well, and more than that, realize where we need to improve on, and move forward. When it gets back to work, it's on the Miami Dolphins. We have to have a singular focus. It's the same message that I've been saying. We have to have a singular focus.
If that didn't happen, what did this win mean for this team?
The win still means the same thing whether that happened or not. 2-0 in the division. We've stacked 2 wins together. Defense played great. Offense still struggled at times, sputtered out a little bit, but made the plays when we needed to, which is the opposite of what we did in Denver. We showed improvement, but it's still not even close to being good enough offensively.
You have to face this team again in 2 weeks. How difficult is that going to be when these two teams have to meet again after what happened?
We'll see. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Got to move on. Talk about the Dolphins now.
Will you personally, reach out to Mason after something like this, knowing that you guys are friends?
I'll probably let it blow over for a little bit. There is no telling how many people have already tried to reach out to him now.
Were you out of the game for the final knee because Freddie thought there could be retaliation?
Garrett gets paid for snaps. That's my friend.